Who is this person who claimed in the 19th century to bring a new revelation from God? Why did he willingly undergo 40 years of hardship and deprivation to demonstrate the validity of his beliefs? Why have over 6 million people in 200 countries and some 127,000 localities chosen to become followers of Bahá'u'lláh?
Hi, I'm Shadi Tolouri-Wallace. I'm from Brisbane, Australia, and I came to New Zealand to promote my music as a Baha'i artist and also to attend the National Youth Conference down in Wellington. Oh, can you give me a little bit more time? It's really an honour to be here. It's quite beautiful, it's such a wonderful day, and I don't think I've ever seen so much greenery in my life, so thank you for having me. I was trained as a jazz musician, vocally, and I picked up the guitar when I was about 12.
Oh, in the morning, we'll watch the light through the window. And oh, the bright shining, where do I begin? It's a new day.
I've been influenced a lot by folk, but I was trained as a jazz musician, so I'm trying to kind of get them both, integrate them both into a genre, I guess you could say, that hasn't really been developed or explored yet. And also my multicultural background, being raised by a Persian mother and an Australian father.
More until your heart is mine. I wonder. I don't know if you watch the sunrise, but if it's all the same, can we stay lying here together?
I had the privilege of growing up in the Baha'i Holy Land, which is in Haifa, Israel. And my parents were both serving there while I was growing up, so I was there for a good 7 years of my childhood. Being surrounded by so many beautiful, holy places, you kind of, at that age, you kind of don't really appreciate it as much. So I was really, really lucky to be able to go back in my youth at the age of 18 to do another year of service on my own. I served as a Janny, and I would clean for about 10 to 11 hours a day, which was tough. But, you know, Baha'is believe in service at the highest esteem, and we're encouraged to do it at our youth. It's a lot to do with character building and being able to give back to your community.
Lifting up the first of the pages, sifting our fingers through all of the ages, when I'll turn to speak.
So I recorded my album Leather-Bound Book, and I had the privilege of working with a renowned musician called Louis Shelton. And it was funny because I didn't really know who he was in the beginning, and I walked into a studio and there was just like gold records everywhere. And one of the title track of the album is called Leather-Bound Book, and it was actually a song that was written by my 15-year-old brother as a gift to me. And I really wanted to capture the experience of reading a prayer book, whatever religion it's from. I think it's a very spiritual experience. It's how we connect with God. You know, so many emotions go into reading it. We read it during happy times and sad times and times of aid and assistance. And, you know, a lot of people keep very precious pictures and memorabilia in their prayer books, like rose petals or letters from loved ones. And this prayer book goes with you wherever you go. It follows you, and you keep it in your bag, you keep it safe. I really wanted to capture this in a song, and I got a bit lazy. So my 15-year-old brother decided to write a song for me. And it was so touching, and it was such a beautiful song melodically and lyrically that I thought you could not have a better song to be the title track of the album.
Are entering into the hearts of you and me, guiding the way. Patterns engraved mind are ever so fine. Running your fingers through all of the lines, making a way from the divine. Rose petals falling, leaving their scent. Soon they are lifted, only to bend inside the pages for generations. Beautiful words sing to me like a nightingale. In times of test and happiness, this book remains a friend until the end. This book, this leather-bound book, these words are entering into the hearts of you and me, guiding away.
So Leatherbound Book was really a project not just done by me, but my whole family. They're all incredibly musical and talented, and from the day I was born, I was always surrounded by music, and I really wanted to get them involved because they did play such a big part in my life.
Do 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 do.
Thank you. I toured Australia and I visited every major city in Australia. And as part of that tour, I was able to perform at the Parliament of World Religions, which is an event that's held every 5 years. It brings all the world's religions together, and there are about 6,000 people. And I performed as part of the sacred music concert representing the Baha'i community. Along with a lot of well-esteemed musicians from all over the world, which were from different faiths and backgrounds. It was a true honor. I've never been surrounded by so many diverse cultures and beliefs, and it really gave me some perspective of the purpose of religion in this day and age, and the responsibility that we have as individuals in the progress of humanity and building this new world order. So it was really wonderful to see everyone work together and collaborate and share ideas and basically just get along. I really feel that musicians with conscious beliefs in the environment and in political issues, and day-to-day life really play a big responsibility in spreading this message of unity. My mother's of Iranian background, she's Persian Iranian, and my dad's Australian. My mother was raised as a Baha'i, but her parents come from Jewish Iranian backgrounds. And at the age of 15, due to the persecution of Baha'is in Iran, she left Iran and moved to Canada and spent the rest of her teen years and youth in Vancouver. And my father was raised as a really strong Catholic. He had a lot of nuns and priests in his family, and he was expected to follow that line. And he moved to New Zealand, and that's where he heard about the Baha'i Faith and became a Baha'i. And then in the early 1980s, it was when the Baha'i temple was being opened in Samoa. So my mum flew down with her family, and my dad flew up from New Zealand, and they met at the opening of the temple in Samoa. And so that's my next place to go visit one day. It seems like a beautiful country. I've always been raised in a multicultural environment. Growing up in the Bahá'í World Centre, there's over 80 countries represented there. So I always had, different foods, different smells, different music always surrounding me. So I really like to incorporate that upbringing, that really strong multicultural upbringing into my music, and portray that through the different sounds and lyrics that you hear. being surrounded by the holy places is such an honor, and it was such an inspiration for this album. You know, just visiting the shrines and being in such close proximity to the burial places of the prophet founder of the Baha'i Faith, Bahá'u'lláh, and it's just so powerful. And not only that, but it's such a holy place for so many different other world's religions. And Haifa's a very peaceful city, so you got to see them all kind of integrate and work together in a really unified manner. I wanted to have a lot of symbolism in my music because I feel that people can make their own interpretations of those words, and one of the strong symbolisms in a song called "O Nightingale" is the nightingale, and in a tablet revealed by Baha'u'lláh, he refers to himself as the nightingale. And in this particular song, I'm kind of seeking for, it's my personal prayer, and I'm kind of seeking for assistance and guidance in ways that I can give back to the community, because I wrote it just when I came back from my year of service and I'd gained all these abilities and this knowledge, and I wanted to give back to my community, but I couldn't see how. So I wrote this song, and in the chorus I'm constantly referring to "O Nightingale" and the nightingale, and it's my I guess representation of Baha'u'lláh, because the nightingale, it has a sweet and sorrowful and beautiful tone in its call, and I think it's a way that I connect with my religion and my beliefs through a nightingale.
Am I prepared? Oh, nightingale, please make me worthy. Oh, nightingale, do you think it's time? Oh, nightingale, I ask of you to guide me, to guide me.
In another song, it's called "Red Broken Roof Tiles," and I wrote it about my personal experience at the Shrine of Baha'u'lláh, which is the most holiest spot for Baha'is on earth, and it's the pivotal point we all face when we say our daily prayers. And it's such a powerful experience to be in this spot.
Red broken roof tiles are scattered along the path. Who knows where they came from? I walked along the path.
And once I'd visited the shrine and put my head on the threshold of his resting place, I'd often walk around, I'd circumambulate his shrine, which is paved by these red broken roof tiles from the roofs of the local neighborhood. And in this process, I'd be kind of trying to retain all these experiences that I'd had inside the holy place, and reflecting on my family and my friends back home, and my service in the Bahá'í World Centre, and how I guess I can contribute best to humanity once I leave. So a lot of emotion was put into circumambulating the shrines and walking around them. And also within the shrine, in the song, I talk about the experiences that we have, that overwhelming sensation of emotion and love for our faith inside the shrine. And also the chorus is about surrendering ourselves to the will of God. I really wanted to capture all these different emotions into a song, so that's what I did with Red Broken Roof Tiles.
I raise my head, streaming tears fall down my cheek. I try hard to stand, but my body's feeling weak. Began to walk away from his resting place. I felt like a rock
The last track on the album is a prayer by Bahá'u'lláh, who's a prophet of the Baha'i Faith, and it's the Unity Prayer. And I thought this would be most appropriate to end the album because it really encapsulates all of the Baha'i beliefs in developing a new civilization through the efforts of humanity and unifying humanity.
Oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great.
In the 5-year plan, which is a message revealed by the Universal House of Justice, the current governing body of the Baha'i world, it states that we are responsible for building this new civilization and this new world order. How could it be more appropriate than to put the Unity Prayer to music?
Guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love.
The Baha'i community recognises that children and youth between the ages of 12 to 15 go through a lot, building their identity and seeing how they can be of purpose to humanity and of service to humanity. So it's a really important age, because this is the age where, you know, they're focusing on their future lives and what they want to be. And I think in a lot of communities this age group has been neglected. So it's really great to see that the Baha'i community has taken it in their stride to develop programs for this age group which focus on moral empowerment and identity building and building capacity to serve, because, you know, that's what we were put on this planet, to serve humanity and serve the community. I just want to clarify that when I use the word community, I'm talking about our local neighbourhood and, you know, the people that live next door and the school down the road. Baha'is believe that we're supposed to create a new civilization, that every one of us play a part in this. And, you know, how are we supposed to achieve this without knowing our next door neighbours and the people who live across the road? And you know, that's why the Baha'i Faith focuses so much on community development activities, because we need to get to know our neighbours, we need to get to know our local neighbourhood. Since being back from my year of service back in Brisbane, I learnt a lot and I gained a lot of knowledge, so I really wanted to give back to my local community. So I went back to hosting my junior youth group, and we've been together for a total of 5 years. We gather together and we talk about profound concepts such as spirituality and life after death and how to serve our local communities. We've now moved on from more moral capacity and developing spiritual identity to now how we can give back to the community.
I've been asked to talk today to you about the movement towards social action.
To define what this social action being called for by the House of Justice actually consists of.
An aim towards changing developing society.
Integrating social action into everyday life and everyday conversation so that it's a part of, you know, living.
What does social action mean to you?
You know, taking what we learn every day, reflecting on it, and then putting into action. You know, less talk, more do. That's what I say.
One way to start.
Children, so they weren't really family, but they were adults. they were adults, and I think
I was being a teenager.
I think there's a few aspects of the Baha'i Faith that I'm really attracted to, and one of them is the fact that you know, there's an answer for everything in the Baha'i Faith, and we have the privilege of having Bahá'u'lláh, who's a prophet founder of the Baha'i Faith. We have the privilege of having his direct handwriting with, you know, our beliefs and our laws and the way we should live our life. And I think, you know, being one of the first religions that has the direct handwriting of a prophet, the Baha'i Faith has a lot to provide to the community. And another thing I believe in is the progress of the progressive revelation, that each messenger comes at a time where the world needs it most, and the Baha'i Faith is the religion for this age. And you can see that through its writings and through our beliefs. You know, every civilization develops in capacity, and technology progresses and improves, and our way of life improves, and our knowledge increases, and the Baha'i Faith is constantly evolving and progressing to bigger and greater things that suit humanity at the time, and are the answers to so many of the questions that people are looking for answers. And that's why I'm a Baha'i. That's why I believe in the Baha'i Faith.
Oh Lord, thou art the remover of every anguish, and the dispeller of every affliction. Thou art he who banisheth every sorrow and setteth free every slave, the redeemer of every soul. Oh Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord.
Like I said, from a very early age, I was raised in a really multicultural environment, and one of those things that was really special was the music was such a strong aspect of this culture that I was brought up in. Different cultures, you know, islander cultures and African cultures, have such strong beliefs in the power of music, and in proclaiming the message of peace and unity and love. And the Baha'i Faith is so encouraging of music. I could not be any more grateful for being a Baha'i. Not only does it give me the consciousness, but it encourages me to put those beliefs and those thought processes into music. I believe that I have a responsibility to provide people with my beliefs through my talents, which is music. And I encourage everyone who has an interest in music to follow it up and provide it to other people, because that in itself is a service to humanity. Thank you. In future, I'd really like to explore some more concepts for my music, and incorporate a lot of the major issues that are happening all over the world, such as the environment and child labour and all these, I guess, injustices that are happening. And us in the Western world are so privileged, and we should really take it in our stride to bring this to people's awareness in every which way that we can. And I also believe strongly in building neighbourhoods that are constructed by the arts, and I really would love to be able to collaborate. I love witnessing communities that are built by the creative industries and supported by the creative industries, and I would really like the opportunity to collaborate with a lot of other artists in my local area, or nationally or internationally. So yeah, that's what I hope to do. I just hope it works out.
Now don't get me wrong, I'm happy you see, but just sometimes I long to be in the place I call my own. my home, my home.
Thanks for having me, New Zealand. It's truly wonderful to be here. Kia ora.
Said my prayers, washed my face. The air is cold inside this place. I sleep tonight. Wonder what the future may hold. But all I know is I'll always have that place I call my own. My home, my home, my home. I'll always have that place I call my own.
So in every track, in one of the tracks, sorry, let me start again. Apparently I have a distinctive laugh.
Cackle.
No. From New Zealand and Posh and Chips. Is this electric? That was my exercise for the month. How does this work? Oh. It's ingenuity at its finest. Some sort of thing. Sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. It's just so cute. And there's only so many photos I can take of sheep. Wow, they listen. So, is there a sheep? No, okay. Where do they all go? Oh, you have to come up here.
Crazy.